Ladies and gentlemen of OG, get ready to take a ride back in history as we look at the phenomenal story that is OrganoGold. We are going to take a look back year by year and watch as this dynamic global brand took shape just 5 short years ago. We start at the beginning. The year was 2008, and in a small, nondescript office park in Richmond, British Columbia, late that spring, it started. Bernardo Chua and Shane Morand combined their interests and talents and came up with an incredible concept around a mystical herb, Ganoderma. There was no website, there was no video, but there was a vision and a mission to bring the treasures of the earth to the people of the world.
You know, we started way back in 2008 when things weren't as nice as you see them here.
Now keep in mind, when I started, our coffee, on the packet itself, was a silver pack. Didn't even have the name OrganoGold.
We started off with, no customer service, not even a phone number actually, no websites, no products, no beautiful flip charts, a black, a latte, and a mocha.
We had no DVDs, all right, no CDs, no flip charts. All right, didn't even have a coffee pack that matched up with the name, just a hope and a belief, all right, that we would get there.
And that's how it began. 5 employees, 5 products, 5 short years ago. Humble beginnings for sure, but the best was yet to come. Stay tuned, as in the next video, we visit 2009 and start to see the beginnings of a global movement. Earlier, we saw how in 2008, the company humbly began with just 5 employees. But the word about the company soon started to spread, because the story of Ganoderma and coffee could not be contained. Already doing business in Canada and the United States, OG leapt onto the scene internationally. First, the Philippines, then Jamaica and Peru. And it was in Jamaica that one of the first major events in OG history took place.
When the announcement came out and they showed up that slide of Napoleon Hill and the World Learning Center and the book, I remember it very vividly, the book and the 8 CDs, and on that cover of that book was the OrganoGold symbol.
I remember when that book was launched, excitement among everyone, knowing that we have read that book before, but finally OrganoGold had a part to play in that book now with the Napoleon Hill Foundation.
And the information that we're able to share in that book has impacted so many thousands of people's lives today, and so many hundreds of thousands, millions of people's lives in the future, so it's very exciting.
In fact, it was in Jamaica where Crown Diamond John Secturis attended his first event with only $58 to his name.
The first event that I've attended was in Jamaica 2009 in September. I had to go. My sponsor, Mr. Holton Buck, said to me, just get there and don't worry about it. So I purchased my airline ticket. I could only go by myself because we couldn't afford to get both of us in the event. I didn't have the room reservation. I couldn't even pay for my room. And I went there with only $58. $58 to eat for 4 days.
2009 also marked an historic trip, a lavish, exotic, all-expense paid trip to China.
The trip to China was a very pivotal time in terms of creating the belief level of all the leaders in OrganoGold at that particular time.
The China trip actually let everybody know that we wasn't just a coffee company, that we were a nutraceutical company, a Ganoderma Corporation, and I also figured out that there were certain cuisines that I didn't eat.
And then, one of the most important milestones in OG's history. It was March 2009, and for the first time ever, an OG Diamond walked across the stage. It was none other than Abby and Renee Aikiola from Houston, Texas. The first, the forerunners, the pioneers. 2009 was an incredible year. From 5 employees to 5 countries, and the very first OG Diamond. But what was to come in 2010 would change everything. Everyone agrees that 2010 was the year it got interesting. Starting off the year was an announcement and an appointment that shook the industry and established a legend. 2010 was a year that Shane Moran and Bernie Chua tapped none other than Mr. Holton Buggs to be your Vice President of Sales. And things started to happen quickly. The next big announcement came with an amazing product. OrganoGold's King of Coffee was released, setting the bar for unsurpassed Ganoderma purity and taste.
It was a pure line of coffee. Everybody got a chance to taste the coffee at that event, and everybody just was electrified from the taste of the King of Coffee. And we came up with a promo that particular weekend, Mr. Buggs, Mr. Moran, Mr. Chua, and it really created a lot of synergy from that one event, and that is when the company really lifted off.
2010 also brought a milestone in social media with the launch of the official OrganoGold Facebook page. Then, in April 2010, the historic opening of OrganoGold University in the Swank Houston Galleria. And by June that year, OrganoGold officially went over 30,000 distributors worldwide. But it was in September of that year that ignited the company. The location, Atlanta, Georgia. The event, the first ever Project 50,000, an event unlike any other ever produced at OrganoGold.
My very first event was the event in Atlanta. I come with my first sponsored person, George Döller. We come to Atlanta and we go in and see exciting people. An army of very exciting people.
The edification of the diamonds was amazing.
That was the very first event where the OrganoGold gave the swords to the diamonds, and we were only 10 diamonds, and I was one of them.
It was an amazing event. I saw all the people getting sworded and knighted and having so much fun.
I could remember wondering, are those swords really real? And when I got on stage, after they called all the leaders on the stage, because at that time, all the sapphires and above were allowed on stage together. And I can remember asking Emmanuel Bernstein, one of my heroes in the company we call Super E, if I could just hold his sword. First of all, I wanted to know if it was real. And second of all, I knew my time was coming and I wanted that experience immediately.
So many milestones, so many important events in our history. By the end of 2010, OG had opened Mexico, Austria, Germany, and the Netherlands. Crowds were getting larger, awards were getting bigger, and the world was beginning to take notice. But little did they know what was about to happen in 2011. By 2011, OrganoGold had begun the era of the massive event. It started in Orlando at the very first international convention. Go Beyond was the theme and quickly sold out with over 3,000 attendees.
It was few times bigger than Atlanta. I was so surprised that this company in only 3-4 months grows so fast and grows so big.
It was confirmation, that we were going the right direction.
It was at Go Beyond that we introduced 3 new exciting products: Cafe Supreme, OG Smile, and the revolutionary Premium Gourmet Royal Brood.
I remember when Shane Moran was on stage saying we got a humongous announcement, and when he unveiled Jamaican Blue Mountain Coffee, and people were going bananas, as they said, and I'm clapping as well, but I didn't really know the true significance, so I grabbed a couple of my business partners from Jamaica like, what does this mean? And they were like, you don't understand. Jamaican Blue Mountain Coffee is the best coffee in the world. For OrganoGold to be carrying this coffee, it just solidifies that this is not only the best opportunity, but once again, this thing is absolutely for real.
Our next event in March introduced the world to the Women Who Win, arguably the most dynamic women's empowerment luncheon ever conceived, hosted by none other than Mrs. Erlene Buggs.
And I remember it was a beautiful event. My daughter was one of the models.
That event changed my perspective of what OrganoGold really had to offer.
Those events are really special to me because it focuses on women and to strengthen them and to motivate them and to inspire them. So I really love those events.
But we weren't finished. It was in Dallas at the Project 50,000 at the Gaylord Texan that shook the world with a record 5,500 in attendance, the largest OG event ever held.
I thought I was going to find a few hundred people over there. When I went inside the Gaylord, it was a huge place. It was like a dream.
I was really excited about that. It was my first trip to America. Actually, it was my first trip outside of my own country.
The Diamond Date that I remember that was most impressive, I think it was the one in Dallas. We went to the Dallas Motor Speedway. It was amazing because we learned how to drive, the NASCAR cars. The instructor was telling you how to go to, and you have to go 150 miles an hour. And if you didn't go 150 miles an hour, the instructor was pushing your legs, your feet, so you can go fast.
I can't believe how Organogold can open one building or one motor speed only for the OG diamonds.
As reluctant as I was going in, after going around that track, I came out talking all types of trash.
The performance of Trey Bugs in Dallas was another highlight of our journey. Can I be honest with you? At first I thought, is Trey gonna have the nerve? Is Trey gonna be brave enough to get up in front of this crowd? For my little daughter, she loves his performance, and I'm gonna say to you, that was a spectacular event to remember there in Dallas, Texas with Trey Bugs and those dancers.
But the records weren't just being broken in the US, because 2011 also brought OG to the countries of the Dominican Republic, Greece, Spain, the United Kingdom, and Taiwan. 5,500 people. How much bigger could it get? In 2012, the world was about to find out. In 2011, we saw record crowds. But in January 2012 in Las Vegas, Nevada, we saw another type of record. Because it was then that Organogold recognized the very first Crown Ambassador, Mr. Jose Ardon.
When I went to Vegas, I went already as an Emerald. And this was, oh my God, it was an amazing experience. I couldn't believe so many people were there, excited, they were getting united, and everybody with their story. It still is the moment that every time they share the story, I go in tears because I see what the company is not only doing with the product and a business, but how much they're impacting people's lives.
Things were just getting started. It was also in Las Vegas where we launched 3 amazing new products: organic red tea, velvet, and the delicious black ice. Something else was launched as well, a surprise to the entire event. The lights went down, the stage opened up, and 2 beautiful black Mercedes-Benz came out into the audience. The official launch of the OG Benz Club. And driveways haven't been the same since.
I can remember standing on my head when they made the announcement of the Mercedes-Benz Club because Mr. Bugs kept telling us to be patient with buying a car and didn't really know why.
When they released the OG Benz Club, I went crazy. I went crazy. I've been talking about this. I've been dreaming about this. I've been thinking about this in my mind, How would it be if Organogold comes with a car program?
Driving a 6-figure car, never owned a car that cost over $100,000, and to have the company to pay $1,000 a month to drive it, has been incredible.
Our next event in New Orleans literally took the world by storm.
One of the things that, New Orleans was so impacting for me was seeing that because of a natural event, which was the hurricane coming, they had to change the whole event a month later. And seeing how full it was, no matter what, nothing stops Organogold people.
The OG Cares International Convention was a phenomenal success with over 12,000 in attendance. Our OG Diamonds rolled up their sleeves and went to work doing community service projects all across the city as part of the OG Cares efforts.
I was very impressed that the company also chose New Orleans and all the charitable, wonderful things that they did for the community.
They asked all the diamond, hey, what do you want to do? You want to fly private jets? You want to go in the nice limousine? Or you want to actually give back to the city, give back to the community?
At first, I have to admit that at first, I didn't believe we were really gonna do it. You know, I thought about we would go there, we do like 20 minutes, the camera rolls, and then we leave. And then we went there and says, okay, now we have 8 hours.
Understanding, you know, that the philosophy behind OrganoGold is really a philosophy that we all live. It is about giving to people that you don't even know.
Because to see all these people, you know, top money earner, not only in OrganoGold, but in the network marketing industry, you know, in shorts, you know, working, helping other people, and it was like a family.
But we weren't just working in the United States. 2012 saw us open 12 new markets in Ecuador, Belgium, Cyprus, France, Hungary, Ireland, Italy, Kazakhstan, Poland, Russia, Ukraine, and Malaysia. Another industry milestone was achieved when the Direct Selling News ranked OrganoGold number 73 in the DSN Top 100 in the world. 2012 was an historic year, but just the beginning. "2013 started out with a bang, starting with the Passport to Freedom Project 50K in Houston, Texas, with over 9,800 in attendance.
You know, to see Mr. Bernie Chua, Mr. Shane Moran, and Mr. Holton Buggs come out that helicopter just to see the festivities that was planned in Houston and all the Mercedes-Benz that was there. I'm talking about there was a parking lot full of black Mercedes-Benz, and when we got there in Houston, that's when, for me, I mean, OrganoGold was just totally solidified. We realized we had a home because we saw that this company was truly building for the future. And the events that we were attending, they're not dying down. They're building more and more momentum with more and more people attending because they're realizing the magnitude of them.
Red carpet events swept the country, taking place in New York, Anaheim, and Atlanta.
We were at this event, and I saw that Mr. Jose Ordon came out and went to the stage. He started singing a song. Actually, it's a song from a Mexican singer called Uno Entre Mil, One Among a Thousand. And it talks about how one among a thousand make it to the top. And the way he did it was amazing.
Facebook likes hit 100,000. We break ground on the all-new OG World Headquarters in Richmond. And Direct Selling News ranks your OrganoGold as number 66 in their top 100 direct sales companies. Which brings us to today. An amazing company. An amazing 5 years. But what does the future hold? What will this company look like in another 5 years?
I can tell you, the past 5 years has been incredible. We've seen people making more money than they've ever made before in any profession that they've done. We're seeing lifestyles that have already changed, and kids are been put through schools, and homes have been saved, and all kinds of things. But what's about to take place over the next 5 years will make the past 5 years pale in comparison to where we're about to go.
The next 5 years, to me, literally I have goosebumps even thinking about it.
There's a second wave coming, and the second wave will be stronger, will be bigger, and will be better. And the reason I can tell you this is because the leadership starting from the top, they can only get better because of their mentality and the way they think and the way they lead by example.
And our mission of bringing the treasure to the earth of the people of the world, it's just starting. People say, no, it's too late. The party is not even getting started. We're doing the arrangements to make the party, to throw the party. So if you think you're late to the party is not even started.
Welcome to the OrganoGold Stand United 2013 International
simple, es café, es café, es café.
We are in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada at the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Thousands of people from all over the world have come here to attend the OrganoGold Stand United International Convention. It's a busy day at the registration desk, and we're gonna find out why having a gold ticket is the best way to experience an OG convention.
We've actually been standing in line for several hours now, but we got the gold tickets here, as you can see.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Hill out of New Jersey. Just got our gold tickets.
Gold tickets, that's an easy thing. I mean, you want to be close to the leadership. You got the diamonds and above. These guys are multi-million-dollar organizations, multi-million-dollar earners, and they're all about giving back and helping with people. So the closer you can be to that, the better you can be learning and getting that information. You want to be sitting up there where the leadership is. Right.
If you think standing in line is boring, well, that's because you've never been to an OG convention, where there's never a good excuse not to have fun.
From Puerto Rico. We came here all the way to represent our beautiful island with a big group of people. We're gonna go receive the sword from our two diamonds. Two diamonds from Puerto Rico, first diamonds ever.
Vengo desde Puerto Rico. Con mis amigos los plebes.
It's amazing to see so much energy in one place, and this is only the beginning. OG family is here to make history. 2 sold-out arenas and a record-breaking 20,000 people are going to experience this unforgettable event.
What can I say, but this is a hell of a family.
One of the big surprises of the event was the announcement of the OrganoGold strategic partnership with golf legend Greg Norman.
I would not have picked up the phone through my partner David Chesler and reached out to OrganoGold if I didn't think there was something really there that I was missing. And always remember, it's simple, it's easy, it's coffee.
OG Diamonds firmly believe in their product and leadership, and they're here to inspire others with their testimonials and success stories.
You have to believe that you have the #1 product in the world. You have to believe that you can actually do it. You are the reason why you are going to become an OG road warrior. You have to believe that you can do it, and then you're here to become When I got off that phone, I dropped to my knees and I thank God for Holton Bucks again. Because this is what happened. While we were not saying anything, he was shedding a tear for me. He was shedding a tear for me. You don't understand. The only time I've ever seen this man cry was 5 years ago when he was talking about his mother. And here he was shedding a tear for me because I had finally put it together and gone diamond.
The testimonials were very emotional, but it was also truly inspirational to see so many distributors get recognized on stage for their achievements. It really makes you see yourself on stage as one of them.
Business is coffee, but you produce remarkable people. I think you produce remarkable leaders and leadership.
Hey, you must reset your mind. I bring all
the world coffee with friends and with business partners and earn good money for it. Unbelievable.
And on the second month, by just doing this event, the Entrepreneur's Night, I was able to promote 7 diamonds in 1 month. It's a matter of mind setting. Because now, my mind is all set to become a Crown Ambassador for the second wave of Organo Gold.
I hope today you make a decision. And when the winner make a decision, the winner go forward. My question is, are you a winner? If you're a winner, make a decision tonight and go forward.
There was plenty of evidence that success is possible with Organo Gold. It was a weekend full of fun, learning, and inspiration. But the fun didn't end there. Gold ticket holders had exclusive access to the closing ceremony. They had the chance to dress up, dance, and meet their favorite OG diamonds.
The best part for me is why I'm dressed so beautifully. Minus the shoes, okay, we had to take the shoes off, okay, it hurt a little bit, but we get to come to the closing ceremony and kind of do a meet and greet. You get to, meet the diamonds and take some pictures for, the social proof. At the end of the day, sometimes people don't believe, what it is that you're saying, but if they can see it, it's a better proof in the pudding.
I always have that gold ticket, not just because you get to experience the nice fun parties with the catered food and red carpet VIPs, but you also get priority seating. I was seated right there on the floor the entire weekend, and it's amazing to be so close to the diamonds. It's almost like you can smell the success, and I think people that are looking to go to the next level, you should want to be as close to the leadership in this company as you possibly can, even if it's just to say hi, even if it's just one tidbit. If you get to shake their hand, you're around the successful people, and there's something called wealth by association, and so you associate with the right people, you'll definitely get there. And so there are so many perks with being a gold ticket holder with these events, so you want to make sure at the next event you get your gold ticket before it sells out. San Antonio, make sure you have it.
Project 50,000 in San Antonio. Get your gold ticket.
It's definitely worth it. Get them first.